Tyler Glasnow. What do we have on him?
Well, the big thing is that the way he holds his curveball, it's more of a knuckle curve, and because of that, it's less predictable in terms of the break for the hitter. That makes it that much harder to hit this guy.
All right, ready to get underway. J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. The pitch. That misses. And we are underway. Glasnow ready to deals. And that's in for a strike.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball. 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
And that one almost got him. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Mejia puts the squeeze on that one. One up, one down. Now Scott Service lined up for the Seattle Mariners. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for him. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
One down, base is empty. And it's 1-1. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even.
This guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Kicks and deals. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Stepping in, Cal Raleigh. And that's in there for strike one.
No ball. One strike.
And a base hit up the middle.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So 2 down. Eugenio Suarez up next for the Mariners. This one in the dirt. And no movement on the bases. It's ball one. And here it comes. And it's fouled away. One now. Swing and a high fly ball. That one out towards left center field. Way back there. And he brings it into the warning track. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a man left. Now it's the Rays' turn. No score. Back now in Tampa Bay. And on the hill in this one, Luis Castillo.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Bottom of the first. Now up for Tampa Bay, Yandy Diaz. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And the 1-0. And that's a strike. You see the velocity 97 with that fastball. Here's a 2-1. That's smacked on a line to center. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one down. Now a look at Kevin Cash's lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. Now with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
The 0-1. That's a strike. And a swing and a miss. That's the second out.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Now it's Randy Arozarena. That one's in there, 0-1. Luis Castillo, a guy who debuted in 2017 with the Reds at 24 years old, multiple all-star appearances, traded to the Mariners at the deadline in 2022. You think about that triple-digit fastball, but the changeup. This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Caught just shy of the wall. Rays held in check here. Scoreless after one. Welcome back. Top of the second. Now it's the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Glass now back to work. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Hot shot to third. Tosses across to first. One out in the second. Here's Jared Kelenic. That's through there for a strike.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
Second inning here, no score. The pitch. That misses the zone. It's a ball and two strikes. Good eye right there. In the air, left field. Arozarena hauls it in for the out. Two down. Ty France up next for the Mariners. First offering, and it just misses. And a foul ball, third base side.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
The 1-1. And there's a ball.
The healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
2 outs. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Nobody left for Seattle. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at the ballpark, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Isaac Paredes. Here comes a pitch. Hard hit left side. Zips it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Fastball grew right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
And now the right fielder, Josh Lowe. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
That clips the corner.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
That's down and in.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That misses. 3 balls and a strike.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And that's ball 4. Now it's the rookie DH, Junior Caminero. And a pitch out, but nothing going on. Righty delivers. And a pitch out, but no steal, and it's ball 2. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with guys going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
And a 2-1 on the way. Swings through that.
With 2 strikes. May see some movement over there at first base. Trying to stay out of a double play here.
Lowe leads off first with 1 away. Up the middle. Rojas tosses to first. Now 2 away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Francisco Mejia coming up to hit. Known for his rocket arm behind the plate. Fought off foul.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
The pitch. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. 2013 in the playoffs, you caught one as the Red Sox played the Rays in the division series.
I sacrificed a bracelet. It was my wrist and my hand.
The next offering misses. And the count 1-2. Action in the bullpen for Seattle. Isaiah Campbell appears to be getting ready for manager Scott Service. Spire getting cranked up as well. And a 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Top half of the third inning. Now the left fielder, Dominic Canzone. Glass now back to work. Ball one there.
1 ball, no strike.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some guys.
Goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Here's Josh Rojas. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Top of the third, no score. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 strike.
Left-hand batter waits. And that one fouled off. And a ball and 2 strikes. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners. He's 0 for 1. On a line, base hit.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So a change being made at first base. On the pinch run for Seattle, Jose Caballero. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. His first at bat was a strikeout. In there, and it's 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Now into the game, Jose Caballero. He's in at shortstop. Taylor Walls digs in now. The pitch. Way high. The 1-0. And that's outside. And a 2-1 hammered but foul.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
And just misses with that one. Jose Siri up next for the Rays. Here comes a 3-2. And down on strikes he goes. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
And now it's Jose Siri. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. That one's in there, and that is strike 1. The wind to the pitch.
Ball.
Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. The throw is still in time. And even with his speed, they get the out. So the Rays batting order turns over. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Yandy Diaz. And he hits a ground ball right side. Sends it to first. And that is that. Rays go in order. 1, 2, 3. And we're still knotted at 0. And welcome back. All set for the start of the inning. And now for Seattle, Cal Raleigh. He is at the top of the game in terms of defense at the catching spot. And the right-hander back to work.
Yeah.
There's the strike. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Got him. And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Ball one, no strikes.
1-0.
And the right-hander deals.
Ball.
Pitch misses there. 2 balls, no strikes to count. At the belt and fires. And it is 2-1.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
And the righty deals. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. There's the strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Gets the call. No balls, 2 strikes.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Going to count 1 and 2. Got it by him for the K.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here at Tropicana Field, Lau at the plate. And a pitch. And there's the strike. That's ripped into the outfield. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And a quick out, number 1.
Man, if that drops right there, they would have gotten the potential winning run on base, maybe even in the scoring position. But that's just one of those hang with thems.
Rosarena in the box now. Takes strike 1. And a pitch. Way upstairs. And that's ball 1. The Rays still looking for their first hit in this one. Up the middle. Rojas whips it to first on the run. They get the out on a Rosarena.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
Isaac Paredes now. First time up, he grounded to third. And ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
The wind of the pitch. And that one is in for a strike. Next pitch misses, and it's 2-1. Righty to the plate. And there's a strike. Hard on the ground to first. Throw, and it gets away.
You know, 2-out errors are kind of like 2-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden you get another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity they're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
2 outs, runner at first. Josh Lowe next to hit for the Rays. Pitch is in there. That's strike 1. Paredes off of first with 2 away. And a foul ball. And now 1-2. Here's a 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. And he deals. And it's even up.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
And the 2-2. Lifted in the air, right center field. Hernandez settles underneath it. And that is that. 1 left for Tampa. Still no score. Back now in Tampa Bay. We go to the top of the 5th. And stepping in for the Mariners, Jared Kelenic. And a pitch. And a foul ball. Right-hander kicks, deals. That one missed. On a line. Rosarena puts it away, and there's one down. Digging in, Ty France. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. First pitch just misses. And a strike. And a pitch.
2-1.
Gets the slider in there for a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Next offering misses, and that's ball 3. Dominic Canzone waits on deck. kick, the 3-2. Bounced up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. And that quickly 2 away. Dominic Canzone will hit next. Struck out looking at his first at bat. That's off the mark. Ball 1. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. Next offering in the dirt. And the count's even at 2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Two. Just missed.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Josh Rojas up next for the Mariners. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And there's ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Go ahead run on base. And the batter now, Josh Rojas. Runner on the go.
0-1.
Throw. Safe. Mejia too late.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Runner at second. 2 down. There's the swing and a miss.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
In the dirt, and the runner stays where he is. Left-hand hitter waits to the right side, and that one handled in plenty of time to first. Out number 3. 1 left for Seattle, and we are still scoreless. Welcome back. John Sciambi with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5. Junior Caminero. The wind and the pitch. And that one missing low. So 2 balls and no strikes.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. Francisco Mejia next to bat for Tampa. Here's a 3-0. Here's a strike. That clips the corner. kicks and fires. This one popped up. France settles underneath it. Makes the grab, one away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
And now here is Francisco Mejia. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Tosses to first. Home half of the fifth inning, moving along. 2 quick outs. And now the shortstop, Taylor Walls. And first offering is fouled off. The wide to kick the pitch. In the air, left field, Canzone moving under it. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Down in order, go the Rays. 6th inning coming up. Still nothing on the scoreboard. And welcome back. And here is Jose Caballero. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Glass now back to work. Just missed. The pitch. Now 1-1.
Well, interesting strategy there. He must have seen something after that first pitch. Didn't attempt to bunt, but here on the second one he does.
Kicks and deals. That one's in there, and that is strike 2. Gets a piece and stays alive. One and 2 here. And that one hit 97 on the gun. Julio Rodriguez up next for the Mariners.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one. If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
First offering misses the mark. There's a strike.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
And here it comes.
Ball.
And delivers outside.
Well, these guys have had a hard time scoring in this one. The guy out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
The 3-1. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
And he's a guy that will certainly think about stealing a bag or two. Not the kind of speed you want to put on base in a tie game.
Here's the catcher to hit, Cal Raleigh.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
He swings and fouls one off. Rodriguez leads off first with 1 away. The punch out there, and he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
It's a pitch out, nothing doing, and that's ball one. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Throw. Safe. Mejia too late.
2 outs is a great time to try to steal second, especially when you have a guy with some wheels on first. Defense probably knew it was coming, but figured we better focus on trying to get this hitter out.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. In the dirt, blocked. That's the 3rd out. So it's no runs, no base hits, no errors, and a runner left. 9-1 and 2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. And we still have no score. Back here at Tropicana Field, here's the center fielder, Jose Siri. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Fouled off left side.
Well, that's where you want to be right there. All over that first pitch fastball. Just a little too much hook on it. Straighten that thing out. You get to jog around the bases.
That one catches the zone, and it's 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And 1 out now.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it could take away your focus from the next hitter, and that's the last thing you want to do is serve up a pitch that a guy hits over the fence, and it's a multi-run home run.
Diaz, the next to hit, takes outside. Known for his late inning heroics. The 1-0. And that one fouled off. Here comes a pitch. And a count 1-2. Righty delivers. And now 2-2. The Rays yet to pick up a hit here. Ground ball up the middle. On the run, throw to first. And that quickly 2 away.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
And now it's Brandon Lowe. That pitch gets the corner. It's 0-1. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Ahead 0-2 in the count. Sure, you've got 4 pitches you can work with, but throw something you can command and get this at bat over with as quickly as possible.
2 down, nobody on. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. top of inning number 7. And now Teoscar Hernandez. The right-hander back to work. That one's in there. Strike one.
Some guys are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Glass now back to work. The 0-1. Outside. And that's outside. And the right-hander deals.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Jared Kellner waiting for a turn at the plate. The 3-1. And there's a foul ball. That one 95 to finish him off. And up next for Seattle, Jared Kellner. Bunt attempt, popped up. Makes the grab, out. Number 2. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or can be bunted right back at a position player.
France at the plate and takes high there. And that's too high. That one outside, and it's 3-0.
Well, just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game.
And a 3-0 finds the zone. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. And that one lifted in the air center field. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Bottom of the inning, and stepping in for the Rays, Randy Arozarena. The pitch. And there's a ball.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
And now it's even up. Lifted in the air down the left side. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Paredes swings through it for strike one.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
The Rays hitless so far in the game. That clips the corner.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
And that one is lifted in the air. Rodriguez heads towards it. He's got it. 2 away now.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
So up next, Josh Lowe. Still no hits on the board. 1 out away from taking the no-no into the 8th. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That catches the top part of the zone. That is strike 2.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And the 0-2. Sets him down on strikes. Throws him with the heater at the knees. Back here at the ballpark, ready to begin the 8th. Here's the left fielder, Dominic Canzone. The pitch. That's in there, and that's strike 1. Activity in the bullpen. Sean Armstrong warming up for manager Kevin Cash. Clevenger, a left-hander, also throwing. And that one is lifted in the air. Arozarena moving under it. Makes the catch. And there's 1 down. So digging in, Josh Rojas. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Foul ball there. Here's the 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
Left-hand batter waits. That one drifts inside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now the count is even. On the ground, right side. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. So the lineup flips over. Here's the Mariners leadoff man, Jose Caballero. Led off the game with a strikeout. Ball 1 there. And a foul ball. And 1 and 2.
The guy's going this good. He's retired 7 in a row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
And a swing and a miss. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Now in Tampa Bay, on to the bottom of the 8th. At the plate now for the Rays is the DH, Junior Caminero. And this lineup is still hitless as we begin the 8th. First offering in the dirt.
1 ball, no strike.
Good eye right there.
2 balls, no strikes.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. Ripped to third. Low throw, and he can't dig it out.
Well, it's been a struggle on offense for them in this one, so maybe that wakes them up a little bit. You know, an error can certainly give the opposing lineup something to get excited about. You got somebody on base, so we'll see if they can make something of it.
Here's the catcher to hit, Francisco Mejia. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. Fouled off. He was late. And a pitch. Hard liner. Rodriguez makes the play, and there's one away. And he's now just 5 outs away. He's got a real shot at this thing.
Yeah, Boog, he is rolling just in one of those grooves where he looks pretty unbeatable today.
Now a move being made for a pinch hitter, Harold Ramirez. The winning run on base for him. Castillo will look to first. Caminero back in on a dive. Swings through that one. 0-1. At the belt and fires. A little bit low.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Right-hander kicks, deals, and he takes a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
One away, tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. And it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And he deals. Way inside, gets out of the way. Here's a line drive, and that's going to end the no-hitter. It's a base hit.
Oh, and he was just 5 outs away from the no-hitter, Boog. Heck of a game he's had, an excellent performance, but now he's got to get right back to attacking the next guy.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Luis Castillo won't go any further. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Dominic Leone taking over on the mound. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Now here is Jose Siri.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
In there for strike 1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
And a pitch. And he chases that one. 2 gone now.
Big strikeout there as he works to strand that go-ahead run at second base, but job's not done yet. Got to get that last out before you can exhale and get back into the dugout. It's kind of tough to do with this home crowd applying so much pressure.
Yandy Diaz now. That one's in there, 0-1. The pitch. Foul ball. The 0-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
The 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Now on the mound for the Rays, Shawn Armstrong. And this guy can bring it velocity-wise.
Shawn Armstrong.
Now into the ball game on defense, Oslevis Basabe. He's in at shortstop. And now for Seattle, Julio Rodriguez.
Now this guy, a player that if he gets on base has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
And here it comes. And that's through there for a strike.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If you can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
Line drive, base hit into the outfield. And the leadoff man aboard.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I'll tell you, man, it's such a good feeling when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that. I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Cal Raleigh. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw. Safe. Mejia too late. Singy, the best way to catch this guy might be on replay.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the only way to catch him, Boog. I mean, you see that sprint speed on StatCast right there. It's elite and just makes it very tough on the defense. A lot of pressure on those guys.
Now a check on him at second. Back safely. The 0-1. Smash to the left side. Now one gone in the ninth. Eugenio Suarez up to hit now.
Well, first base open. Really no reason to pitch to this hitter right here. Put him on. Have the force at second first. Perhaps getting inning-ending double play.
Here's a swing and a drive. This one headed down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. Out of here. Eugenio Suarez blasts one out. And that gives him a lead. It's 2-0.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Kevin Kelly will take over here. He's into the game with the bases empty. So up next, Teoscar Hernandez. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Kelly measures 6 feet 2 inches, 200 pounds, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Popped up. Diaz moves under it. And there are 2 outs. Two outs, base is empty. Jared Kelnick up next for the Mariners. That one misses in the dirt. Bullpen movement for the Rays. Andrew Kittredge up and loosening in the pen. Clevenger, the lefty, warming up as well. Two outs. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that'll do it. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. Back after this on the show. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Andres Munoz.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Now up for Tampa Bay, Brandon Lowe.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
Here comes a pitch. There's a strike.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
And now it's even up. Right-handed reliever. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
You know, Boog, there always seems to be that oh-no moment for the pitcher when he's lost control of his pitch. And most of the time, it's right when he lets it go. He knows that it's not headed where he intended it to go.
That one is absolutely belted. Back there. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Across is the runner from first. And it's a one-run game.
Picks himself up an RBI. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Next to bat will be the Rays 4-hitter, Isaac Paredes. Misses outside, 1-0.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
And And that's in for a strike. And another ball.
Not really attacking on the mound in this at bat. All breaking balls. So that makes me think they're not really wanting to challenge him here.
Right side, hard hit. He steps on the bag. 1 out, bottom of the 9th.
The right fielder, number 15.
So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Josh Lowe.
Oh, how he'd love to walk it off right here.
Strike on the outside corner. 0-1.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
They say you win. The 0-2. Got him! Huge strikeout there.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Caminero in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Next pitch is outside. And 1-1. That's a slider for a strike. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And this one is over with the tying run stranded just 90 feet away.
It looked like the pitcher was getting into a little trouble there, but quickly brought out a pitch that isn't what most hitters are looking for with that great velocity. But it was really good movement on the changeup and a nice win today.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Seattle Mariners. 2 runs on 4 hits. 2 errors. They left 4 runners on base. For the Rays, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 39 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight.